There are many magical artifacts that can be found throughout the world of Sanctuary. Some are a great boon, granting their wielders unimaginable power, while others have proven to be the fatal downfall of those foolish enough to wield them. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Farzy, the Salty VTuber, and today marks the beginning of a, quite frankly, long overdue series, the Diablo 1 unique item video. So, unique items in Diablo 1 are kind of a controversial topic in the community. A lot of people criticize them as they aren't quite as useful as what you can buy from, say, Griswold, but I beg to differ. I believe they can be useful, and in these videos I'll be going over how useful each of these unique items can be to the individual classes. And the first item on our list is the Rift Bow. Alright, so before we get started, there is one thing I need to go over. In addition to normal statistics, one thing that's going to pop up quite frequently in this series is item quality. This is basically the likelihood of coming across this particular item in the dungeon, and long story short, it is entirely dependent upon the source. Be it monsters, normal or unique, chests, and even dungeon level can have an influence on what you get. Outside of quests, unique items only have a base 16% chance to drop, but this is not set in stone. Jarloff's Guide it's a very handy book. Goes into more detail on how this particular system works. I'll link it down below if you want to read up on it yourself, because unfortunately I really don't have the time, patience, or even full understanding beyond what I've been able to glean from reading it to talk about the subject any further. Anyways, let's get started on our main attraction. Now in this section we will be going over each stat individually and try to make sense of this oddball of the bow and how to best employ it. Attribute wise, it is the same as the stock short bow. No attribute requirements, so pretty much any of the classes can pick it up and use it right out of the gate. It does, however, add 2 to damage, going from 1 to 4 to 3 to 6 in game. And at first glance, this isn't too bad, as especially the rogue, who is primarily a DPS-oriented class, can use every scrap of damage she can get. However, its other 2 stats do hinder its effectiveness in battle. The first of, and I feel the more important of the 2, is Fire's random speed arrows. And when it says it, it means it. Arrows can vary from a snail's pace to hypersonic, and it can lead to some pretty interesting and fun moments, like when 2 particularly slow-moving arrows result in a magnificent double tap, especially when applied to a particularly slow, or, in some cases, a foolish hellspawn that has the misfortune of charging you down in a straight line. However, this does bring us to the other issue it can cause. It can throw your aim off, especially when playing the rogue, as the arrow's random speed may cause most of your shots to go wide. However, the second of the other 2 stats do factor into and possibly even enhance this issue. The -3 to dexterity further contributes to and enhances this particular problem. From what I can tell, you lose, thanks to this penalty, anywhere between 2 to 3% on your to-hit rating, and distance will further degrade this. The guide that I've been using for research mentions this, that distance is determined by time, not by sprites traveled, and it goes up by 20 for every second traveled. This is the penalty, mind you. And the formula to hit goes like this: 50 plus dexterity plus to hit plus character level plus bonuses minus distance times distance divided by 2. This means that if my math is done correctly, a level 3 rogue with a dexterity of 30 will have an 83% chance of hitting a target, though should this be done at a distance, if an arrow were to travel 3 seconds, that's a minus 60% to hit, meaning you have a 23% chance of landing your attack. Though I feel the need to mention that there is in fact a hidden to hit chance for every class. In this case, the rogue has an extra 20% chance to hit with arrow-based weaponry, meaning you would technically, at level 3, have a 103% chance to hit, meaning that, thanks to this penalty, a rogue will only hit 43% of the time. This, coupled with the fact that should your dexterity be a multiple of 5, you will lose a point of armor class, in this case, a dexterity of 35 being reduced to 32, with an armor class of 18 being reduced to 17, it means you're going to get hit more often, and you're going to miss, as stated, quite a bit more. This means you'll be shooting more often as bow durability is lost. What this is going to do is put a long-term strain on your resources in the form of gold, health potions, and if you're deep enough, town portal scrolls. Though the weapon is relatively cheap to repair, especially for a unique item, as with a durability of 18, I only paid 97 gold. It's a lot cheaper than what I would expect. One can make an argument to offset this using items that boost your dexterity or to hit rating, but at the same time, you could make an argument to simply use a different bow. My final verdict. This is what I would consider an upper D tier, lower C tier weapon. Unless you're a rogue, my recommendation is to sell it and either upgrade your gear as the warrior or get a new spellbook as the sorcerer, as it will net you a nice tidy sum of 450 gold. As the rogue, if you really don't have anything better, it makes a fine short-term solution, but really it should be replaced as soon as possible, preferably by level 3 or 4. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. I've been Farzi, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay salty, everyone.